found has been very popular with YP groups. We have everything from old school HYP, right, you know, been around for a long time, to brand new YP groups, is that when you gather during the summer with your interns or summer employees, you're just y'all, right? Coming to our events and kind of like staking out a little area for you. Dynetics and Boeing and National Space Club, YPs and others have all done that. Want you to look at those events and say, hey, that'd be fun to go to. It'd be a great thing this summer to take our interns to, or just as a group, team building. All of those events, we can just set aside a place for you. Whether it be the food truck rallies, whether it be the grotto lights have gone away, they're replaced by the drive-through concert series. Obviously, we've got posters for NASA in the park, which is very cliche for this group, because probably a lot of you are involved with them, but all of those things, we can set aside a space for you and your groups. It's not reserved, doesn't cost you anything, we just like, put your bag chairs over there, right? And you all have a good time, you gather. The street food gatherings, which were super popular, the food truck rallies, they've gone away, but they've not really gone away. They've been rebranded and reconceived. And so the Battle of the Food Truck All-Stars starts a week from tomorrow night, which means that we went from the quantitative, hey, when we first started doing this, it was like 40 food trucks and vendors and as big as possible, into now it's, let's get the best 12 or 13. And we think we did. We had judges come in from Auburn's culinary school, and Chef Boyce and others judged them. And then we did People's Choice vote for the last couple ones. So the point being is that we had a really good response. And so these are going to be the best of the best food trucks to participate. They had to pay a lot more, right? And so this is the elite. I mean, this would be the commandos of food trucks. And so the point being is that while it may not be as large as the past, a great opportunity. If you have some friends or colleagues, or if you want to do a mixer for your group, just come on down. We'll set you up an area. Reach out to Ellery, who's our Director of Communications and Special Events. Her card's in there, or reach out to me. I mean, we have really 3 equivalent. We have 2.5 people, now 3 with Melissa here. So we have 2 full-time and Melissa Dodgen. Back there is our new communication or membership director. So we have a office administrator, membership director, and then we have our special events and communications. So we're really a lean machine. So reach out to any of us. Don't think like, oh, I can't email Chad or Ellery or Melissa about this. We'll get you the right person. But we really wanted to just invite you to, A, enjoy some great beer and some good food and some good wine, but more importantly, just know that downtown is open for your events. It doesn't cost you a dime. You know, 95% of our events are free to attend. It's a great place to get together. Saturdays downtown, or Sundays downtown, I've seen a lot of hula hoops and frisbees showing up at Big Spring Park East. And it's not like because we organize it, it's just people are going down there and just having a good time. And so that's what we want to encourage you to do. More than anything, though, just know that if you have an idea, share it with us. We've got several new events coming up, newly conceived events. We have an artisan market coming up in October called Hunt and Gather, which is a brand new event. And the drive-through concert series replaced Grotto Lights, which is actually going to be in the drive-through area of the former Regions Bank drive-through on the bottom of the parking deck. It's almost like Voodoo Lounge outside, and so it's kind of a cool vibe. So all these things are really open for y'all to do, and so just invite you to come out and enjoy downtown. I think I've seen probably 90% of the new people I've never met at Honest Coffee so far. Anyone been to Honest so far? Honest Coffee? Yeah, it's like the coffee shop that opened in the garage right there. Like we took the ground floor of a 30-year-old city parking garage and turned it into like hipster popsicles and coffee. I was like, what's going on here? But it's been super, super popular. I've seen more UAH students downtown in the last 2 weeks since that's been open, since I've seen them all year long except for hockey games. So with that, do y'all have any questions about downtown that Ellery or Melissa or myself could answer?
Tell us about the bikes.
The bikes, yeah. So, anyone join the Zagster bike program yet? Thank you for that cue. So here's the thing, it's about reputational value. If you look, a lot of you now obviously have your jobs, but a lot of people are looking to move to a city. They're going to look at things like, do they have Uber, Lyft, do they have bike share, do they have open container districts during certain times? And so Google Fiber, that's right. And so, I mean, is it a place that could really have an interesting quality of life? I mean, the jobs, what they pay, their benefits is always going to be number one. But do you have an interesting quality of life? And so one of the things we found after surveying a lot of people is that bike share is a big deal. A city that doesn't have bike share, people are almost like, what, why not, right? And so we introduced it, but when we introduced it, we wanted to be a very Huntsvillian type approach. And so a lot of the bike shares you go to in different cities, they're these big clunky bikes. Have you ever ridden those? It feels like you're riding a battleship. And you put your card into the kiosk and you punch numbers, and it's very. What we have is basically if you want to do a Zagster bike, anyone do Uber before or Lyft, right? It's right next to my Zagster app. You press Zagster, and you go to the station, you hit the bike number in there, and if you have an iPhone and soon to be an Android, you Bluetooth it in, it just unlocks it, right? And the funny thing is we grand opened it last week, and we started really March 1st, but Mayor's Bike Ride was last week. And so the Zagster folks were here, actually Kelly was from Zagster. I said, so what's a success for a 40 bike system? We have 8 stations, 40 bikes. She said, well, about 1,000 rides the first year. And I was like, wow, that's good. So I looked up on the dashboard, and she's like, Chad, I know what you're going to say. We have 1,300 rides in just over 2 months. So do you think this city likes their outdoor activities? When I went by the Clinton Avenue station right over there by Wilmer and Lee, kind of across from the bottle, there was 1 bike, okay? Earlier there were 6 bikes, and so people just riding around. So if you want to join, you can do it by the hour, so a lot of people come down and kind of check it out, ride around a bike, $3, they do a couple hours, it's cheaper than a movie, and just explore. But the annual membership is the really sweet deal for those of you who are from here, is because for $25, especially if you use this coupon, for $25 at the end of May, every first hour you ride is free. So think about that. So it's $25. A lot of you are really smart people in here. It takes 8 rides, right, for $3 an hour normally. So you ride 8 times in the year you've paid for your membership. I'll ride 2 times a day. And what that means is not $1 a day. It means get a bike from this station, drive to Campus 805, park the bike in 55 minutes or whatever it takes you to ride there. That stops. Oh, I want to ride back. Get the bike again. I mean, it literally is one of the best deals you can get. We have some coupons here that for the end of the month, you can use these coupons to get a $25 annual membership. So.